Well, hello from CFD. We're excited to share with you a brief update about our efforts to obtain straight-through processing. There are a few key things to note before we get into the details. Certainly, straight-through processing has been highly requested by our advisors. Straight-through processing seems to mean something different to just about everyone. CFD is on the forefront of straight-through processing development with our partners at DocuPace, and because we're doing some things from scratch, there's a limited history upon which to draw. And our workflow that we're currently using is evolving us toward straight-through processing. And we're further along on this than is necessarily easily visible. Straight-through processing puts some of us in mind of a vehicle breaking down, and particularly some of us guys tend to gather around and analyze the situation under the hood. We talk about this part should be there, that must be the problem. Our friend or relative had problems with this, and this is what they did with it. We found straight-through processing to be a lot like that, as we have sought, researched, and worked on developing the tool. But there's another challenge that we face. We're not talking about, particularly in direct business, about looking under the hood of one car. We're working under the hood of many cars that have different parts, different sizes, shapes, placements, and solutions, and our challenge has been to develop a tool for straight-through processing that would work under the hood of all of the businesses. Our research and our efforts have led us to these steps for straight-through processing. We are developing starting point and quick forms, which is the beginning point of straight-through processing and will serve the same function that Laser Apps does for us today. We need to include a way to verify that the information is correct through forms verification to cut down on redo and NIGOs, and then provide a way for clients to be able to sign digitally or electronically. Currently we're working with SignX, and then we have to have a means to deliver the information from DocuPace to the fund company, that is called eFax, and there are some companies that accept it. Here's an overview of the development that we have seen so far with straight-through processing at CFD. The lower half of your screen represents a workflow for brokerage accounts. The workflow for direct business, either requiring a signature guarantee or not requiring one, is very similar. The process is to be able to add the starting point, forms verification, and client signature ability done through digital means to our process, which will greatly benefit our financial advisors. Also, at the right place in the flow, we'll need to be able to get this information electronically submitted to National Financial. But we run into a challenge with this workflow and the others as well, and that is the requirement for signature guaranteeing at CFD, as well as some companies requiring original documentation, has caused and required financial advisors to have to mail a great deal of things to CFD, as well as CFD dealing with a lot of mail as well. We're really excited about our partnership with NFS, and in our conversations that we've had with them, something significant came up. In discussing our signature guarantee issue and how that was preventing STP from occurring, they said, "Why are you signature guaranteeing?" Because NF provides a signature guarantee on their end. As well, in that process, we learned that NFS accepts an electronic signature. Now, there is a difference between an electronic signature and a digital signature. The electronic signature is simply an image that is transmitted of the signature, whereas the digital signature has programming embedded in it that verifies the client's identity. NF accepts the simplest form of electronic signature. These findings were significant. Now, taking just a moment to explore the ramifications of what we learned, because information, forms, signing, and so forth can remain digital, and because we are on the edge of rolling out mobile deposit for Streetscape, no longer does the financial advisor need to mail things for the brokerage workflow to NFS to CFD. In addition to that, we have a check scanner which is running at CFD currently for checks that might make their way here, and CFD no longer needs to signature guarantee to approve forms, so those forms can stay in DocuPace and travel electronically to NFS through a connection that we already have, and then NFS will provide a signature guarantee. Trying to look at just a bit of a clearer picture, you can see that the financial advisor never actually touches paperwork. Money is transferred through mobile deposit, travels electronically to CFD, CFD approves, travels electronically to NFS, NFS shoulders the signature guarantee, and we have straight through processing for our brokerage accounts on the horizon. In closing, there are a few ramifications that we see. Straight through processing is definitely within reach for NF business. As a matter of fact, we're targeting the end of 2016 to have it functioning. Straight through processing for direct business, however, is more limited. It will be limited to business where there are transactions that do not require a signature guarantee and are with companies, direct business companies, that do accept or have electronic transmission capabilities. A quick reminder, doing direct business is very much like working through the parking lot of a whole lot of variety of requirements. Needless to say, the process is still developing. NFS has been a valuable partner to us in our straight-through processing initiative. Because of all that work, we're already reducing the paperwork advisors must mail. We'd love to have your thoughts and your feedback about our straight-through processing initiative. The person to contact is Jim Gibson. He's head of our IT department at CFD. Email Jim at jim.gibson@cfdinvestments.com. Here at CFD, we appreciate your partnership, and we're looking forward to bringing more good news in the future.